Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Crosscurrent. Today I'm giving you a quick guide on Hearthstone Mercenaries. Today we're going to be talking about the characters that you really want to have early on in the game, and that you should probably be leveling up, as well as some characters on a tier list that are really good when you put them with other characters for synergies. Now, unfortunately, I don't have a lot of the good units because I just got terrible luck with starting out in the game and got a bunch of legendaries that really just don't help out a lot and are pretty bad within the game, even with their synergies. Lord Draxus being one of them. But when it comes to the characters, one of the characters I found to be phenomenal is Rella. Off the bat, she has a basic ability that's extremely helpful, dealing damage and removing attack, which of course you'd want to use on a fighter or on a protector, so then that actually takes effect. If you do it on a mage, most likely they won't even use their attack, so you don't want to use that at all on them. Now, when I come back and look at the tier list, it also says that Garrosh is really good, and from the get-go, I would agree. He is well known for being good with his horde strength, gaining taunt for multiple turns in a row. Instead of restoring health, he gains health, meaning if he's full health, he has extra health stack on top of it. It costs 2, sure it has 1 cooldown, so you have to wait 1 turn before you use it, but that is so freaking crucial, and it's for each enemy character. So if there's 3 enemies, or if you're going against Murlocs, you get minimum of 24 more health when this is level 2. He's also good. His Battle Shout gives your orcs attack this turn and attacks random enemy for only 3. That's really quick, that's really powerful, and since you're probably run him in synergies, he's just phenomenal overall. Now, the other options that they had within the top rankings were Gul'dan, Karen Bloodhoof, and Vol'jin, which I've talked to friends and they say that they are phenomenal characters. I just unfortunately don't have them. Now, when it comes down to the A tier list, they have units like Blademaster Samuro, who I didn't realize was that good until I read the complete 7 task ability, the equipment, which is to summon an extra mirror image when you use the ability. So when you use a mirror image, it summons an extra copy of this mercenary. That's phenomenal. So this will now give you 2 instead of 1. Yeah, that's big. Also, not to mention Blademaster Samuro is just very aggressive, has a decent amount of health, and is an orc, which goes with garrosh, Rokara, and all those other orcs that are within the game. Now, also on the tier A list, there is Rokara, there's Thrall, and there's Kariel. I personally haven't had a lot of luck with Kariel. She is good, mainly because her taunt lasts a very long time. 3 turns for 1 speed to taunt. That's pretty good. The only downfall, it's restore instead of gaining health, and it doesn't stack when there's more enemies. Now, her healing also gives attack, which is good if you have Blademaster Samuro or someone else out there. You can boost his attack. He has a passive to possibly gain Wind Fury. It stacks pretty darn well. Her main ability, her basic ability, I don't like a whole lot because it relies solely on Death Blow. And she's a human, which humans don't seem to have a whole lot of synergies right now. There is some, but unfortunately they are listed pretty low on the list. Now, the other characters that are on the A part of the list are Diablo, Lich King, Tyrion Fordring, Sylvanas Windrunner, and Sourfang. So a lot of those characters are legendary. I got most of the rares because that's how things tend to be. Now, when it comes to the B list, is the final category I'm really going to go over. Oh, but on the A list, there's one more character I didn't bring up, Rokara. Rokara is really good, has very good synergies, so I would definitely suggest using her as best you can. The fact that she can offensive rally is great, just immediately giving people bonuses for attacking. The Orc Onslaught is good to deal a lot of damage for every Orc you have on the field. And the Tribal Warfare is phenomenal if you have another Orc, just a basic ability that gives her a lot of attack. Hard to go wrong. The only other character that is within the A category that I own is Thrall. Thrall is very unique, in my opinion, because he has nature spells while also just being a protector and being able to attack like normal. The ability to give all orcs +2 attack is phenomenal, and the fact that it's not a random enemy that you attack. The Lightning Storm and the War Chief's command works really well when you pair him up with Guff or other people with nature spells. So then you can just have orcs and then the final 2 units be nature spell users like Brukan and Guff, just to kind of fill in the blanks. Now, when you come to the B section, which is the final section I'll go over, I have Prophet Valen, Cornelius Rome, Kurtrus Ashfallen, and Varden Dawngrass. Now, the reason why I think they're in this category is because some of their abilities are good, definitely not all. So with Cornelius, He's good in the sense that he can taunt and restore health to adjacent characters, which is good, but the problem is he will die considerably quickly because his health isn't extremely high and he has no way to really save himself. The only way he can save himself is if he attacks a fighter to gain more health, which will also make him lose health because he's attacking. So if you have him on the field, the best way to utilize him would be to have Zarella, so she can heal him while he heals her and whatever else is on the field. Also, you're going to want to place him in the center so this ability is best utilized. And just so that can lower the attack so his health gain will actually gain health instead of breaking even or being lost from attacking certain characters. Now, there's also Prophet Velen on this list. I thought Prophet Velen's a little bit unusual. His Holy Blast, it's good that does damage and restores health, but the fact it restores so little is a little unusual to me. He goes pretty slow, but there's a lot of holy madness you can do together with it, like Spitting Light, the holy combo, and he can just stack up abilities to where it goes crazy with Valen's Blessing, and if he gets a combo off, then that's a lot of damage. But there's nothing that goes with his minion type, so I think that's the main reason he's lower on the list. Now, there is also Varden Dawngrasp. People have said that he is really good, but I've also heard people say that he's really bad. The main thing about this guy is that he's able to slow things down and freeze enemies. Now, the awkward part is there's not a whole lot of characters that freeze, at least not that are easy to earn, so probably Jaina has something along those lines, as well as something that's fire. But since also the individual's a blood elf, people thought he was a human, which he is not, so it makes it extremely tough to actually use him on a team and have a good composition. Also, these are not arcane spells, so he does not work with Millhouse. I know people told me he did. The final character that I own within this list is Kurtrus Ashfallen. Now, the early abilities are kind of they're not the best because the Demon Slayer requires the opponent to be a demon, kind of similar to Gruul, which requires there to be dragons to kill. Attacking random enemy. This isn't bad, most likely, if you're going against a team of 3 that's on the field. 66% of the time, it will give you the immunity on the entire turn, which is great. Unfortunately, though, you can only bring it down to a maximum of 5 speed, but still, if you're able to do that early on, it'll pay off. Eye Beam is its phenomenal trait. The ability to deal damage and restore that much health back is really good. It's basically the fighter killer. So, definitely something I'm going to level up above all else. The problem is he doesn't really mix well with anyone else since he is a night elf and there's nothing really for night elves that I know of. If there are, it's a character that I, of course, do not own. And I haven't seen a lot of people run them or any elf synergies within the fighting pit. Now, the other units I don't have within the B tier of the list is Anduin, Malfurion, Jaina, Natalie Celine, Uther, and that appears to be it. Nope. Also, I do own Brightwing. Sorry, there's a little more to list than I realized. Brightwing is pretty good. Dragons are a little bit weird in this game right now, with some of the best dragons being in normal Hearthstone being low on the list, but like Alex Strassel being on the bottom of the list. But it's really good. If you use Brightwing, I'd suggest using a Voon. If you use Voon, he works considerably well with Orcs as well, the Horde in specific. But Brightwing is just good because you can toss it in and out of the field, has a pretty powerful heal, and can bump up the bench before going back into the field. So, Brightwing's good for support, and that's all I can really think of with that character. I did miss one other character on the A list, and it was Tamsin Rome. I have not used the individual very much, but it seems to mix pretty well since you have shadows and demons. So if you have, it has a lot of variety. The problem is the character is undead, which there is absolutely nothing I've seen to help undead within this type of format. So let me know what you think this character is good for. I have not really seen it yet. Every other character I didn't bring up, unfortunately, is not very high up on the list, so I would not suggest looking for those characters or leveling up those characters. Shoutouts go to Jillian Beatty. Thank you for the idea for the video. I hope it helped you out. And shout out also goes to Matsy and Zach for the first comment. Thank you for the 24-hour support. And be sure to check out Matsy and Zach on Twitch. He streams this game. And hopefully this guide helped you out. If it did, please be sure to like the video. If you like my content, please subscribe and share with your friends if you need them. And comment below if there's anything regarding this game or any other game you'd like to see. That being said, guys, I'll see you next time.